Hello, Papercut here with another replay review, this time of Golden Guts, who is a Silver 3 Ottoman player playing against a Gold English player all in. He asked me to review this game because he really struggles with English or any civ that can mass units quickly and feudal. And there's a reason for this. First, the stock strategy. Ottoman is a very, very strong civ. Its weakest point is early feudal. Because what makes Ottoman strong? What makes Ottoman strong is the military schools. Military schools require resources to build and time to start pushing out units. During that time is when Ottoman is the weakest. And so, also, they're powerful in castle, they're powerful in period, but they have to get to those points. So, civs that can make units instantly out of landmarks, like the English or the French, or civs who have an ability to produce really fast, like Ottomans or Zushi Legacy. And personally, as a China player right now, I feel good against the Ottomans because I usually do a big Zug new push because Imperial officials can get out them quickly. So how do you respond to the situation, especially on a map like this where it is a small map cliffside? You have a few options. We're going to see how you handle it, but if we're talking about what to do against a super aggressive civs like this, you have a few options. One, you rush castle. How can you do this? Well, you put a tower on the gold. You get stone, tower on the gold, and you upgrade that tower. You get your food landmark right up against your TC, so you can get food and gold, and that's how you get up. That's still difficult because longbows can find little points to shoot at you, and especially because your gold is front. But if you can get up to castle, you can get your free mangonel, you can get knights or men at arms, which deal with those longbows. And you actually have a pretty legitimate castle timing if you put all your resources into that. Second is you fight out in feudal, but you need a delay and buy yourself time. Set up safe resources, buy yourself time, start producing units and get your military schools up, and wait until you have passed them in units, because you will be able to pass them in units. You have to buy yourself time, though. You can buy yourself time. There's various ways to do it. The use of your Anatolian hills, make sure you have food close to the TC. Your food landmark, make sure you have food close to TC. It continues to produce. You can sneak off to other parts of the map because English is slow, the longbows are slow. And you just kind of wait them out until you're ready to attack because your Sipahi are very, very good. And if you can get a Metra out, you use the arrow defense formation, which makes it so their longbows do less damage. And you just push them back. But you have to buy time and play defensive until that point. You have a few ways you can play defensive. One, you could do your gold landmark, so you always have gold coming. You can go in Anatolian Hills, then you wall up the backside, and you have plenty of food and gold. You could go to the food landmark and try to sneak off to a different gold or tower up this gold. But you have to get out an early Sipahi, back them up, and then get your stone. So, for example, I would not get a military school in Dark Age. You actually need to get to feudal as fast as possible. And you can't do anything with that military school because the second the military school starts, it goes spearmen. Spearmen are useless against English. You can't pressure them because of their short bows on their villagers, and they're going to go immediately longbows. If you age up and then put them on Sipahi, it still takes a while to get a Sipahi. It's much faster for you to go feudal, put down a stable, get out a Sipahi, and slow them down, force them to get out spearmen, and wait. While they're waiting, you get stone and start doing military schools. And use the Sipahi as a slowdown measure to buy yourself time. Then you go mass archers with Sipahi, and then you buy space to go castle. Because honestly, the mangonel and castle is what you need the most. Let's see how you handle it. Okay, I like how you're not going to military school. This opening is taking too long with your scout. So you notice how his scout came through right here? We needed a much more smoother motion of dropping enough sheep, and then your scout needs to immediately head down the map. You saw he went this way, so you now have the ability to go straight down and clear the left side of the map. So you need to go straight past his TC and clear this whole left side, especially because you got this extra sheep at the start, so you have enough sheep from here on. So head down south and start getting west and getting all the sheep here. This scout sitting here, this can't happen. You're a minute and your scout hasn't left your base. Nope. Remember, the scouting pattern is critical. You want to go center to clear up any sheep in the center near his side of the base. and then come back this way, drop off. This allows you to then clear the backside and come back to his base by the time he hits feudal. So you've cleared all of the map, and now you're watching his opening moves. This is going to slow you down because you're going to come this way and come all the way back, and then he's cleared this whole side by this point, so maybe you'll miss out on sheep, or he'll hit feudal, and then you won't have time to look at this side of the map. I do like this not going military school, going straight into the age up. Smart, smart, smart. Okay, you fix that. Missing a villager. Can't miss a villager that early. Always queue up 2. And then if for some reason you need to age up, like if you're missing the age up, then queue up another. You need to leave 4 on food. You should have 3 on gold. 4 on gold this early. You don't need it. It's going to be way too much gold. Second, I think the second I'm going to give you a second to see if you can do it. Okay, so you're going to go stone immediately. I would actually suggest going immediately, take all villagers off gold and put them on wood. Because you actually need the wood for Sipahi first, so you need to get down a stable and then actually go Sipahi immediately. And you rally to sheep while you're doing this to get the food needed. This twin is too far out. It needs to be literally right next to your TC. And here's what you should have done. Knowing that his longbow's range in, it needs to be tucked up against the TC. Also think about where the villagers are at. The villagers are going to be on these berry bushes here. That means, unfortunately, the best spot is right here, killing these two trees. You could put it here, because then half the time they're right next to the TC, but if you want the ultimate save, it needs to be tucked right against the TC. We need to shift click our scout, which what I mean by that is holding down shift and then clicking forward so it's always moving. So if you need to do stuff here, which you're kind of busy early on, I get it, you should have clicked to your scout, which would be on hotkey 1 hypothetically, and then you just shift clicked in the map. So because if you click in the mini map, it'll move it. I would have shift clicked just boom, 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 so it's moving down, and then you can check it as it's walking. So if you're near a sheep, you can move it, you can move and get the sheep and then keep going. This, you need way more vision, because I bet he's aging up right now too. He is. You need vision badly. You need to see, one, you need to get the sheep because every little bit of food is important. You need to get vision because right now he's probably coming back around right now with his scout. Where's his scout? Where's his scout? Scout's in the TC. So he made the mistake, and you have this chance to get all the sheep, but you can't just let your scout sitting there. It needs to be working. And the reason I say stay off gold is that in these situations, you need to get what you need immediately, and early Sipahi is huge to buy new space. The order of importance is early Sipahi, then stone to get military schools, and then massing until you can push out, and then you get gold. Or you sneak gold, like way on the corner of the map where he's not checking. We cannot... unless, of course, you're rushing castle, which then you would do a different move. Once again, this is why we need 4 on food, because you're not consistently making villagers, so you're falling behind on villagers. Always keep 4 on food. Right now you have 13 villagers. He has 13 villagers, which means he's messed up too. But a normal player right now would be on 1 ahead of you at least, potentially 2. We're going this way. Nice, but you need to clear out his backside, and then check his base, and then come back up around. You're missing a huge chunk of the map. Though you do have this nice back deer. That like a wall here would be huge. And that's another thing. More efficient scouting lets you make a plan. Because if you scouted this already, you could see, oh, wall and wall right here buys me the space to get on this deer, and then you can go instant deer and get as much food as possible before he like burns the wall down. Same with this side. You can wall up this side and get on the stone right here, and then you can get as much stone as you need. This is a very wallable back, like your front's very exposed, and all your resources are front, which sucks, but you have all these back resources that's very easy to wall. You don't know that yet because you haven't scouted. That's why scouting in the Dark Age is so important. So now you can build 1 military. These 4 villages need to go immediately, cool, and only keep 4 on the food landmark. Let's think about our placement here. It's It's probably the best spot. Because this is all congested, right? So you're going to put your blacksmith here and put everything right here. But man, he could shut that down really quick with longbows. You need to drop the sheep off and we need more movement. Shift clicking the scout's going to be huge for you. The lack of scouting is really hurting you right now. You have no idea when he's showing up. You have no idea where the resources are. Even if you wanted to raid him with Sipahi, you have no idea what's going on. Okay, you got the stable down. The goal would be you can produce a Sipahi the second it opens up. Okay. I would delete a queued villager and get a Sipahi out right now. Your scout needs to drop off these sheep and be here with this. You don't know anything that's happening around you right now. Very, very dangerous. And you're lucky. He's massing up passively. A better English player is massing right here and is already shooting you off gold and is rotating to shoot you off wood. And that's why we need a Sipahi out immediately. A tower here would be great too. Or a wall from here to here. But even then, this is the safer wood line. I don't know why you're on this wood line. This is the very far out wood line. You want to be on this wood line. And then you could wall here, or here, or here. And you have all the safe wood back here. So like the way to think about walling is, what's the easiest wall I can do that preserves the most resources for me? Wall here, boom, you have all this wood right here. Wall here, you're just protecting yourself. Making it longer for him to get there. Please drop the sheep off. The one thing that not doing the elementary school does suck is that you're low on Vizier points. Boom, there he is. And you're just getting the first Sipahi out. Wow. And you see how doing this forward, he just shuts this down immediately. It's done. If you put it at the side, you could at least rotated it back here. But let's think about a different order of events. Let's say you put the twin minaret here. And then you put the production here. And this is much safer. Putting the production this far forward means you can just shut it down. Easy. Delete it, delete it, delete it. You don't want him. Delete it, please delete it. I don't know why he ran away. You're very lucky. But imagine if you had put down 2 stables to start. And now you're attacking and pushing him back and buying yourself space. You want air defense. And if you do that, this back stone is open for you to use for your military schools. I just think you need to adjust the order based on you're fighting against. And since you have the gold, I would get iron undermesh immediately. Oh, you built the military school but didn't have it on Sipahi. That's rough. I'd actually have this on archers at this point. I'd delete this and build it back here. Scouting is hurting you once again. You have no idea what's going on. You're sitting here with no information. Has he gone spears? Is he on gold going castle? Is he massing up more units? What is he doing? The biggest thing at this level that hurts people is they play a guessing game the entire game. The entire game for you is a question of, what am my opponent doing? And you don't know. And so you're responding to nothing. Let's see. He's massing. 2 on gold. Yep, he just built the barracks. Here we go. We don't know that. Second, a Sipahi just running in on gold or running on this Edgewood line and running away pulls him back. The biggest thing with English is 1 or 2 cavalry units, in this case for you Sipahi, just running in and poking and running out does an immense amount of damage because he's slow, so he either has to send units there and keep him there, or he'll bring his army back if he's scared. But you need to scout. The scout needs to be on its own and keep looking around, and you keep your units here to push if you need to. No, you can't build up here. You're very lucky. At this point, you play the waiting game. This needs at 1, literally delete the spearmen and flip it over to Sipahi and put on spearmen. At this point, you need to mass archers. So many archers. You have enough Sipahi. Now you just need to mass archers and you'll be fine. You need so many archers, and with the method to Vizier point, they're faster, so you can run your archers at him. If you get enough of them, you can shoot down his archers, especially if you go air defense. That gives your archers an advantage over his longbows. Good, now you're scouting, but not far enough. Your instinct is right. I wouldn't have taken all of your units. One, the spearman is slowing down your formation. Two, if it goes wrong, you lose everything. I would have done a scout with 2 Sipahi. Maybe 3. 2 or 3 Sipahi. You're not making villagers again. I think I might have told that this last replay review. The macro cycle is huge. You have to consistently be asking yourself, am I making units? Yes. Am I making villagers? Do that. Am I making units? You are, out of every production building. Very nice. And with your current resources, you could drop another blacksmith and put another production building. I do archers. Your resources are actually very well split. You have more wood villagers than food, which you need because you need to make a lot of archers now. So you have the setup correct. You're just not consistently making villagers and adding more production. I like that you went to this back deer while it's open because you have map control right now. Very nice. And you have the upgrades. Beautiful. The scouting is holding you back. And the lack of making villagers is holding you back right now. Just queued up more. Great. In. Don't overstay your welcome. Out. Very nice. Now here's the thing. If he sees that many Sipahi, he could decide to just walk in, and you can't really stop him. If you're traveling together, why do we leave? So here's how you play this, especially for people who are low micro. Just do it in like rotations. So if you have 2 Sipahi here, you send them in to kill a villager, or 3. 3 could probably kill a villager pretty easily. He runs away. You bring them back. You're back to your base. Queue up villagers. Queue up more units. Keep your force in a safe spot that's near your front, right here. Cool. Back again. Do it again. Run them back and run like to the corner. And you keep doing this rotation of checking your base, doing a raid, checking your base, doing a raid. And then if a fight breaks out, you send those 3 Sipahi in and just let them go. They'll probably die, but they'll probably kill villagers while they're doing that, while you do the micro of the actual big engagement. You don't need more gold, you need more wood. Just look at this. You have any military upgrades? Bad. You don't take this fight until you get military upgrades. You don't take it now, because since you got the tower up, he gets 20% attack speed. You're asking to die here. You need double the amount of archers. I wouldn't have taken this fight until you had steeled arrow and arrow defense. It's that important for your archers, and it's that important for you taking hits from longbows. You need these 2 upgrades before you fight this. Here's the thing. I think you still should have won that fight. Here's the micro that went wrong. One, what you should do. Let's be right as the fight's about to break out. You take all your archers, you hold shift, and use click on many spearmen as possible, so they automatically just walk up and shooting spearmen, and then you're just controlling the Sipahi. The Sipahi had a great first engagement. Once he turned his spearmen around, you run your Sipahi back. Run it in this way, back towards his base. So he has an option. Does he continue taking this fight, or does he protect his base? And you could have nabbed another longbow, you could have sent off 2 Sipahi to go raid, but then once his spearmen back away, you run around the spearmen and attack his archers again. You also have your archers go back on a move, so they shoot longbows until he brings his spearmen back. But you cannot just let your Sipahi sit there and take spearmen hits. The second the spearmen engage, you run away. You run your archers back and you redo the engagement almost. Or you sacrifice your archers to kill spearmen, which is fine, because once the spearmen are dead, your Sipahi will feast. But your archers have to be attacking his spearmen. This is the sort of micro fight that you actually really focus in on, because you could have won that engagement. Instead, you lost all your Sipahi, and now you're in a bad spot. This is also why you need more production, because you could be producing double the amount of Sipahi if you had 2 more stables. Game's not over yet. Just don't throw your units away. No, wait. All you need to do right here is get siege engineering, build a ram, knock this down, and mass again. Because you officially have your 2 military schools up, you will have the advantage if you just wait. Second, keep your macro correct. You went on gold, but you're not going castle yet. Unless you want to rush castle, it's fine. But you're winning. This should be 3 on gold with 5 on food. Keep rallying to wood, and you will outmass him. This should be another military school. You drop another one, and you're just going. See, why are you producing this many archers out of one? Just drop another archery range. Here's a pro tip: if you ever have 2 or more units out of a production building, build another one, because now you're just hurting yourself. Military upgrades. Please, military upgrades. And then once again, you ran your Sipahi into spearmen and they died. Why? Also, this is when you build another Metzer. I would build 2 just in case, so one can't get sniped by his longbows, because a good English player would immediately snipe it with longbows. Now you're getting military upgrades if you need defense. Also, if you have this much extra gold, drop your market and buy stuff for the gold. So you're moving it. So obviously you did a macro check. You saw your resources and you made the decision. Good. Good, good, good. You're gonna drop it. Good. So just put another blacksmith. You need another scout too. If you ever lose a scout, make another one so you have vision. I'm also gonna just drop the tower here. Why are we pushing? Why do you keep fighting him where he wants to fight you? Which is right here under this outpost. Second, you notice how your break and macro has now ruined you? Like you've lost the tempo. When you went on gold, you lost the resource tempo. And now you're behind on units. While he doubled down. He put down more barracks. He put another archery range. He now has 4 on gold. That's because he wants to make men at arms. But he has been committed to unit making the whole time, which is why he now outmasses you. You could have had a bigger mass than him if you just kept making units and kept dropping production. But you stopped, took a bad fight, took another bad fight, and that's why you're behind. Nope, 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 do not take this fight. You don't need to take it. Like, why did you take that fight? You had no villagers here. You could have sat right here, kept massing units until he dropped rams. Here's another bonus. If he drops rams, he's using wood that you're not using. You could put all that wood into units. But you could have caught up. You just didn't give yourself time. You could have gotten to the military school, dropped to the military school, kept getting units. So overall, the reason why you lost, you had a great opening. I would have focused even more. A few things. I would have focused even more making units early and then going to military schools. And then done safe stuff in the back. You put up... make sure your production's facing backwards so it's not easy to cut off. Make sure your twin is tight against the TC. Make sure you're scouting the entire map and continually scouting. If you lose a scout, make another one. Make sure that you, once you get out a good Sipahi mass, you just go crazy on archers. Just crazy on archers. And don't take a fight under their tower. Make them attack you, and once you beat them back, then you push. And if they have a tower, you have to drop rams and kill the tower, because him fighting with 20% attack speed is just killing you. And lastly, you need to raid English, because they always go full infantry. That is a slow comp. If you keep raiding them, you force them to either turn around or waste units in the back, and you can't let the English eco just sit here. Man, you get such a great start. It sucks. I hope that was helpful to you or anyone else watching. If you're interested in more support, either in coaching your own replay review or just asking questions, getting support, join my Discord at the link in the description. Very friendly community, just people want to get better at AOE 4. Watch my other videos, follow me on Twitch. I am, many would consider, the smartest diamond player in the world. Good luck on your games.